Pop-Tarts. Do you remember last week when I posted that video where I said handmade gifts you can make now and have them done and they'll be ready for the holidays? And in there I talked about vanilla extract and I told you my ratios that I use. I talked about pumpkin spice and gingerbread spice, and I just posted a video showing you those recipes and the packaging I use. And I also mentioned canning your own jams, jellies, and preserves. Y'all didn't think I was gonna leave you hanging and not share how to do all that. I got you covered. If you go into my fruit fillings and spreadables playlist, I think that's what it's called, I have jam and preserve recipes there because you know I don't gatekeep. But today I'm gonna show you how to can a super small batch, or you can scale it up at home with nothing really fancy needed, okay? So you're gonna need your jars. These are Ball jars. Ball is one of like the 3 main brands of canning jars. Yes, they need to be specific for that because they're able to 1, be sterile, 2, withstand a certain amount of heat, and 3, create a seal. That jar will come with a lid that has 2 pieces. This is your ring, and this is the piece that actually creates that seal. You need to sterilize all pieces. Now these jars come in 4, 8, 16, 20, pretty much any size you want, even different shapes and styles. So choose the ones that you want, sterilize them, let them dry. The other thing you're going to need is a canning funnel. This isn't super necessary, but it's very helpful, and it's important because it's gonna stop things from being messy. I bought this one at my grocery store where I got these jars. I got this 7 years ago. Literally just my chain grocery store had all of these items. The other thing you might want to grab is a jar grabber. So this will literally pick up your jar so you can put it in and out of the water bath to create it, okay? You'll see people who have racks that sit inside of pans that hold multiple ones. They lift the rack out. You can certainly do that, but you don't need that, okay? Let's keep it simple. And like I said, all 3 of those things found at my grocery store. So I've got my jars. They've been sterilized. I'm gonna place the funnel inside. I have some seeded raspberry jam here, and I am going to just pour this in. Now, when we're canning, we want to leave about 1/4 of an inch, put this over here so y'all can see, 1/4 of an inch of space from the top. See that? Just a little bit. It's going to help create the seal. But what I'm going to do is tap it down. That's going to remove any air bubbles. If you need to, you can slide a knife down. If you see air pockets, slide a knife down and get rid of it. But air pockets become danger pockets, even once it's sealed, because air will then be a space for bacteria to grow. So even if it's sealed, you've then trapped that air inside and you're risking bacteria. And you'll see them float right to the top and pop. Perfect. Your preserves are ones where it's a little bit trickier. Now, we're gonna take our seal and put it over the top. Before you do, make sure that you don't have anything on the outer rim or the top, because we want a flush, tight, clean seal. Okay, there's that. You put the ring over top. Twist it and make it nice and tight. Set that aside and repeat until you are out of jam. Y'all don't get this angle very often. So I have a large pot of water on here coming to a rolling boil. Now the size pot you're going to need is going to depend on how big your jars are. Mine are 8-inch tall jars. You need 1.5 to 2 inches of water over the top. So your pot has to be big enough to cover the whole container and to have water above it to be able to properly can. So if you're using 4-ounce jars, obviously you can use a shorter pot. I'm using a taller stock pot. This gives me plenty of room. You're gonna heat your water until it's a rolling boil, not a simmer. We wanna see big bubbles, and this is really important. Now, high acidity things like jams, tomato sauces, preserves are going to be canned for a different amount of time. If you're canning or preserving other foods or fruits, please look it up, look at a couple different sources and go from there. But for jams and stuff like raspberries and tomato sauces and high things like that, these will need to be canned in the water for 15 minutes, and then you turn the burner off and you let them sit for 5 to 7 minutes. 15 minutes in the water is going to do what it needs to do as far as canning. And then the 5 to 7 minute window is a transition window. One, it helps it to start to cool down a little bit slowly, because if you yank them right out of the boiling water and put them on your counter, there is a chance, though I don't think it's ever happened to me, but there is a chance that your jars can crack. That's also the important reason why I have poured the hot jam in here. So now this glass is already hot and I'm going to put it into something hot. Refrigerating what you've made first, then pouring it into the jar and then putting it in there, you're likely to have a jar split. So hot into the pot, let it cool 5 to 7 minutes and then pull it out. So take your jar grabber, grip it by the top and lower it down. It's also important to choose the appropriate size pan around for how many jars you're doing. If they have too much room to move, they're going to rattle against each other, not just against the bottom, and then they could also break. So I can safely do 4 in this, but I have 3. So I'm gonna let them go for 15 minutes, sit for 5 to 7 minutes with the burner off, and then I will take them out. All right, now this has been sitting for 7 minutes. I moved the whole pot off the burner just now so that I could use it again for strawberry preserves. I do everything in small batch, so I make sure it's all really good quality. So take your jar grabber, pinch it, pick it up. I like to dump off the excess water, squeeze, and I'm just gonna set them on the counter. And there is one more part to this canning journey before you are good to go. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, it's gonna steam. But do you see this, how it's kind of bumping out? There was a little button in the center. You hear it when you open jars and cans from the store. This is going to suck in. That is the vacuum seal creating, and then your lid will be flat. You'll hear a ping kind of pop. That is so satisfying, and that means that vacuum seal has been created. That'll happen pretty quickly. If you have one that doesn't make that sound, you can try canning it with the water one more time, or you may need to switch the lids because it could be defective. And then after they cool at room temperature for 12 to 24 hours, you're left with this. Now this is shelf stable. A lot of the canning information and jars will say up to 18 months because I'm selling it and I think people don't always listen to dates. I say 1 year from the day that it was canned. Of course, I put that information on here as well as the ingredients. If you're planning on selling this, check your cottage food license laws first for whatever they may need. And like I said, when making different kinds of jams, jellies, sauces that you plan on canning, always look up to make sure you're doing it for the right amount of time. But this is a 4-berry jam that I did yesterday, and it is canned and now shelf stable for 1 year. Perfect for gifts, perfect for gift baskets, perfect for the holidays. If you have adults, especially, that you like to do stocking stuffers in there, or just to keep on your own pantry shelves. I hope you guys are enjoying learning different homemade gifts and things you can do for Christmas. I have a lot of other ideas, so I think I'm gonna make a playlist for it. But thanks so much for joining me. If you like content like this and you like learning new things, make sure you check out my lives. I go live every Wednesday, and I will have this next one attached here at the bottom with an event. I'm going to be showing you how to do all different kinds of things with buttercream. And make sure you give me a follow, like, a share, all the things, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, my Pop-Tarts.